Hello and welcome back to Lessons in Attachment. I am thrilled to be here with you on the 1st of January 2025. I hope that you are doing okay during this time. I know that it can be full of mixed emotions as well as some great motivation. I really do love this time of year for setting my goals, coming back to myself, reminding myself of what's important, and moving towards that. I'm Carly Ann, and today we're diving into the hard truths about what it really takes to shift from anxious attachment towards secure. And spoiler alert, it's not just about learning new behaviors. It's also about letting go of the ones keeping you stuck. If you're ready to say goodbye to habits and patterns that aren't serving you, maybe even people, then this episode is for you. When we think about earning a secure attachment, we often focus on what we need to add to our lives. Things like boundaries, self love, better communication. Now, don't get me wrong, I am all for this. And I truly believe that we do need to add this goodness to our lives. But what about what we also need to remove? What about what we need to let go of? For many of us with an anxious attachment style, the hardest part of creating change is saying goodbye to old habits, thoughts, and behaviors that feel so familiar but are ultimately holding us back. So, I want to talk about what we need to let go of in order to create the space for you to become more secure. That means for you to know your worth, to be less reactive, less triggered, and to have better, healthier relationships with yourself and with others. It's then that we are able to feel less anxious and happier, to feel more content. It's a process. It is absolutely rooted in self awareness, self compassion, and you practicing the right tools over and over again. But also, we've got to know what we need to let go of. So, number one, we need to say goodbye to making up reasons to contact the person that you're attracted to. Whether this is your partner or the person you like, you need to give up making up reasons to contact the person that you like. You know how it goes. I just need to ask if they've seen that new show. I forgot to tell them something important this morning. Deep down, it's not about the message. It's about wanting reassurance that they're still there. It's about wanting to remind them of your existence. Saying goodbye to this behavior means you're going to learn to sit with that urge to reach out and seek reassurance. And you can ask yourself, what am I actually seeking here? What am I needing? What am I able to give myself in this moment? You will know if you ask yourself, if you really connect, you will know when you're reaching out from a place of anxiety rather than connection and love. Number two, we're saying goodbye to molding yourself to fit this person. I want you to stop molding yourself into what you think someone else wants you to be. Maybe you're downplaying your needs, laughing at jokes that you don't even find funny, pretending to like things that you couldn't care less about, and hiding what you really do care about. This habit makes sense. Okay. It comes from a fear of rejection, it comes from you wanting to be chosen. But the truth is, no real connection, no long term relationship can form when you're not being your true, authentic self. Saying goodbye to this pattern, to molding yourself, it means embracing your quirks, your likes, your dislikes, your opinions, your boundaries, who you are, trusting that the right person is going to appreciate these things about you. And hopefully, side note, you are appreciating these things about yourself first. Number three, we are saying goodbye to not sharing your own thoughts and opinions. So, speaking of authenticity, it is time to say goodbye to staying quiet when you have something to say because you have a voice and we want to hear it. Okay, not sharing your thoughts and opinions might feel like avoiding conflict, might feel like you're not going to look stupid or say something that's going to make someone pull away, but it's actually creating distance in your relationships. Secure attachment requires openness and honesty, even when it feels vulnerable, even when you feel like you're at risk. You can start small, practice voicing your opinions with friends or family, and work your way up to being more direct in romantic relationships if that's what it takes. Inside the attachment recovery gym, we have a monthly anxious attachment support circle. And in this space, we are practicing using our voice together. We are practicing speaking out loud who we are, what we desire. And when we do that, it actually means that we are more likely to show up in our relationships as our most authentic self. We practice with each other because we trust each other in this community. And then that is changing how we show up in our everyday relationships, in our dating, in how we communicate with the person that we love. It's creating amazing change. Next up, we are saying goodbye to the silent treatment and sulking. You are an adult. You want to become emotionally mature, emotionally available. So we need to let go of the silent treatment and sulking when we're upset. Using these behaviors to express that something is wrong might feel like a natural response, might feel like you have that right to do that, but it's actually a form of emotional avoidance. It keeps you stuck in the cycle of feeling misunderstood and unfulfilled. Instead, try voicing what's happening. I'm feeling hurt because I need to talk about something that's bothering me. I notice that I'm withdrawing right now and I want to explain that. Secure attachment happens with clear, direct communication, not guessing games, not giving someone the silent treatment, not sulking as a way to let them know that something's wrong and you better figure out what, and you better change the thing you're doing that's wrong. If you want the other person to change in some way, you're going to need to let go of silent treatment and sulking. And even then, let's be clear that we cannot control other people. Next up, we're saying goodbye to pretending you're not looking for something serious or long term commitment. Let's address the pretending that you're not looking for anything serious, or you're not sure if you want kids, you're not sure if you want to get married. This one, and listen, if that is you, absolutely fine. But for those of you that are pretending you're not wanting this and looking for this, I'm talking to you because this comes from a place of protecting yourself. For you, it might be that, if I don't admit that I want something real, then maybe the rejection won't sting as much. If I don't admit that I want something real, then maybe they won't leave. But here is the truth that we always like to give here. Pretending to be casual when you're not will only lead to misaligned relationships, to you feeling disconnected from yourself and heartbreak. Saying goodbye to this means you're owning what you want and being upfront about it, even if it scares you. Next, we're saying goodbye to making excuses for poor behavior. This is a big one. Making excuses for someone's poor behavior. When someone treats you poorly, it's easy to rationalize this with things like they're just stressed, they'll change, they didn't mean it. But secure attachment means setting your standards and holding people accountable. You deserve kindness, respect, and effort more than good sex, more than someone that's tall, that's handsome, than a text. You deserve kindness, respect, and effort. And letting go of excuses is a key step in you earning that. And finally, we are saying goodbye to assumptions and unrealistic expectations. This is when you're assuming someone should know what you need without telling you, or expecting relationships to play out like a movie. It leads to disappointment. Secure attachment means clear communication, realistic expectations about what love looks like. And that can be messy, that can be imperfect, that is still you being human. People can't read your mind, they can't show up for you perfectly 100% of the time. If we can say goodbye to that and replace it with just more secure, healthy expectations, it's not lowering standards. There is a difference between standards and expectations. This is not lowering standards. Okay, there you have it. Guys, the things we have to say goodbye to if we want to earn secure attachment. This isn't about perfection or never slipping up. It's about noticing these habits, understanding where they come from, and choosing to let them go step by step. Secure attachment isn't about being better for someone else, it's about being better for yourself. Which of these are you ready to say goodbye to? Because I'd love to hear your thoughts. You can DM me on Instagram, carly.ann_, or you can leave a message on whatever platform you are listening to this on. We have over 100 episodes of Lessons in Attachment for you to explore. And if you want to go deeper into this journey, do check out the Attachment Recovery Gym. It's for those of you that are wanting to build your self-worth, be less triggered, and have better relationships with yourself and others. Okay, until next time, I will be back here very soon.